Absolutely. But I know it's been said to you that intergender wrestling is not a draw. People will not pay money to see it. This is going to be a fad that will die out. And it's started this crazy, awesome wave of girls, women, who are legit talented, being the face of their company.
Yeah.
And not just the face of the women's division, being the face of the company.
Yeah.
I think that's incredible.
It is.
And that's probably like the biggest honor you could ever receive is to be the face of your company.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
But nobody's talking about a contract. You're the face of the company.
Yeah.
The company's resting on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And basically that's what they did. You guys became the face of PWG.
Which is insane
to
me.
It's awesome.
This is okay. I'll try to make it a short story. But
we got time. We got all the time in the world.
And this is another thing that I have not been public about. I went to culinary school a few years ago, and I was doing it so I had something to fall back on. Because at the time I wasn't getting a lot of bookings. So I said, I need to do this. 2 Decembers ago, so what, 2012? Yes. 2012, I had started working. I got my first food industry job after I graduated culinary school, and I had started working at Universal Studios Hollywood in the bakery.
Yay!
Yeah, it was probably one of the most amazingly fun jobs I could ever ask for. I'd have to say, okay, I need to work Saturday morning, 1 a.m. to 9 a.m., and then not work Sunday until 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. So, on these weekends of PWG, I would wake up at 10 p.m. to get ready for work and drive an hour and a half-ish to Universal Studios, work 1 a.m. to 9, sometimes 10 or 11, drive the hour and a half back home, shower, get ready, drive back out to LA, and get to the show early, wrestle, go back in my truck again, commute back home, and I would be up for over 24 hours. The night that I wrestled Adam Cole, I had been up for, what was it? I had been up for 27 hours and on 1 hour of sleep.
Wow.
And I was and then I went back home, I went to sleep, and I would get a few hours, and I get back up, and I go to work.
Wow.
Because I wanted to be there so badly, but I loved my job, and so it was like I had this conflict of interest. Then came August of this year, and things were very busy for us, and at Universal, and for me and Joey, and I went in to go put in for time off, and my lead, he and I became really good friends, and I went up to him, and he goes, I'm going to try, but I don't know if they're going to let you have time off. Especially since a month before this, I had to take all of my holiday pay, all of my sick pay, and whatever I could so that Joey and I could go and do a week trip in Florida. So I'm sitting here going, man, I need at least one of these shows in August. And he's like, they're not going to let anybody take any weekend days off. Like, they're not going to accept any days. And I was like, so I had to cancel my bookings. And I canceled my month's rent worth of bookings. And I was going, I'm going to get to a point here really soon where I'm going to have to pick. Because of all of this intergender wrestling that is not successful and will never work, I had to quit my great job with great people in California to move to Cleveland, Ohio with my amazing boyfriend. If it wasn't for him, I don't know that I would have chosen Ohio. But so far, so good.
Yeah.